You're not scared of failing, you're just scared of people seeing you start small. Hey fam, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Wanderlust Wealth Show. Now, today I'm going to be talking about this quote that I actually heard on the Empower Her podcast. I've already told to you about how incredible this podcast is in one of my previous episodes, but someone she was interviewing on this podcast said this quote, and I feel like for me, I had a light bulb moment, so I felt the need to share. But you're not scared of failing. You're scared of people seeing you start small. So think about it. There are so many things that you do that you have zero expectation that you're going to do super well at it, right? Like maybe you try a new recipe or you try a new workout class and like there's no pressure behind it. Literally no pressure. You have no expectation that you're going to do super well in it and it's going to become a big thriving business or you're going to grow it to be an incredible thing, right? Like if there's no pressure behind something, you're not afraid to try it, right? Like it's like, why not? There's literally no stakes. But the second that you put the expectation on yourself that you need to excel at something, and if you don't excel as fast as you were thinking or as you were hoping, that starts to bring in the fear, right? Like think about posting on social media, right? A lot of people don't want to get started posting on social media because their follower count or their subscriber count is like 0, right? They've got 300 followers. They're talking into the ether. They seem really silly because people are like, who are you talking to? Like, oh my gosh, look at that girl who's posting, right? And it feels really awkward and it feels really weird and you don't want people to make comments. You don't want people to say anything. A lot of people, when they start doing social media for the first time, they'll either start a completely new account or start on a new platform because they don't want people that already know them in their current life to say anything. They don't want to be judged. They don't want the comments. They want to kind of do it in silence, and then the second that they actually see success, that's when they go and they put it out to the world, right? They're like, oh my gosh, look at this thing that I just started, right? It's doing really well. Versus going through those initial struggles where maybe things aren't going well and you're seeing no traction and people are asking, why are you even doing this? Isn't this just a waste of time, right? And that was such a breakthrough moment for me because I found myself when I first started posting on social media to grow my business, especially. And when I said I'm like going all in on social media, I found that I was comparing myself to other people who'd already made it. They were already at 40,000, 50,000, even 10,000 followers at the time. My numbers are not even close to what their numbers are, right? Like they're really crushing it. I don't want anyone to look at me and be like, oh gosh, what is this person doing? Why are they doing this? And then especially around friends and family, right? Because they're like, how's your business going? How's your little social media account growing? And you're like, it's fine. I'm at 3,000 followers, posting every single day. And so I want to challenge you. What in your life, what are you not doing because you're afraid of other people seeing you start small? You're afraid of what they might say, and you're afraid that you may not progress at the progress that makes you seem successful. Because let me tell you something. Even when you hit those goals that you think are quote unquote successful, you're going to reach those goals and realize that I'm not really even more successful than I was before. I just hit this new number that makes me seem like I'm successful. Now, I'm not saying don't have goals. Obviously have goals because for most of us, we are number driven, right? Like we like to hit metrics. And I think that a lot of that also comes from corporate America. So maybe we need to train that out of ourselves, actually. Who knows? But know that starting small and getting to that success point or that success number, what you're really going to appreciate is the growth that comes throughout. And then when you get to that number, you're gonna look back on the early stages and the early days and be like, oh man, that was such a good time. You were crushing it. You were really just like figuring it out and doing the thing regardless of what people were saying. And it's so amazing to then come out of that and look back and see all the progress that you've made. So I hope this helps you. I hope this inspires you. And as you know, I end every episode of the Daily Wanderlust Wealth Show with some gratitude because daily gratitude changes your attitude. And today, I'm so thankful for this Seattle sunlight because oh my gosh, it was supposed to be gloomy for the next week or so. And the fact that I'm actually getting sun is fantastic. I'm such a blue sky sunshine baby, basically like a succulent. So this is my happy place. And don't forget, y'all, life is just way too short to choose clouds.